All right, we've been having our analysts fill out their NFL playoff bracket to get a champion, and we've seen a bunch of different ones. I mean, Pete Prisco has the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this thing. It's wide open, as wide open as it's been in a long, long time. The odds-on favorite right now, the Seattle Seahawks, who have the 1 seed in the NFC. Let's bring two-time Super Bowl champion Logan Ryan in here. And Logan, we're going to let you fill things out, beginning with the wild card round. Home teams in this round, 21-9 since we expanded to that extra wild card team about 5 years ago. But two home teams this week are underdogs, including the very first one, Saturday, late afternoon. Panthers, a double-digit dog at home to the Rams.
Oh, you're gonna see a lot of road teams win playoff games this year. There's gonna be a lot of lower seeds, I think, are some of the better teams. Win a lot more. It's because, like you said, Chris, so wide open. So for the Rams-Panthers game, least competitive game we have, sometimes you don't need this many teams in the playoffs. I got the Rams taking this one easily. Okay, and that brings us to one of those kind of toss-up games. You could see the Packers as a 1.5-point favorite in many places in Chicago against the Bears, a Bears team that needed a miracle to beat them just a few weeks ago on that field. This is a coin flip either way. I don't care what type of analyst you are, how long you've been covering it. Both these games, when the Packers and Bears play, come down to the last play. That's just how it's happened. Who knows? Comes down to an onside kick. I'm going to go with Green Bay's experience. I know they don't have Micah Parsons. I know that defense may not be exactly the same when Micah Parsons is there, but I got to trust Jordan's playoff experience. He's done well in the playoffs. And LaFleur's ability. I really like what the Bears got. Like I said, this is close, but I got the Packers finding a way to play their best ball. And Jeff Hafley, when he's going to be a head coach pretty soon, putting a defensive masterclass against the Bears. Jordan Love had that really good start in 2023 when he won at Dallas and then almost knocked off the 49ers. It was rough last season, 3 interceptions against the Philadelphia Eagles in a loss, a team that's really banged up, but Logan has the Packers winning that one. On to the CBS game, which might be the most interesting matchup of the weekend. Pete Prisco, as you mentioned, he picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl before the season. Now he's got the Jaguars not only winning this game, but winning the Super Bowl. This is another one of those kind of toss-up games. What do you think? It's a shame that they have to match up in this round. I mean, this is a marquee matchup because if you watch football this year, the Jacksonville Jaguars are all legit. Trevor Lawrence is playing like an MVP candidate, the best ball of his career. Liam Cohen's a Coach of the Year candidate. Everything about Jacksonville is on the up and up, but in a wide open year, this is Josh Allen's time, his best opportunity, I would say, to get it done. There's no Lamar, there's no Mahomes, there's no Burrow. I got Buffalo, and Josh Allen's experience is being too much for Jacksonville as another road team pulls it off. How do you see the Bills' great run game going up against that Jacksonville great run defense? I mean that's as good as it gets in terms of running to a brick wall there. Something's got to give. But Josh Allen's ability to use his legs are going to count as rushing yards as well. So I love what they got going on with James Cook this year. If that's Batman and James Cook's is Robin, it's the best Robin he's been. This is not the best Bills defense they've had, though. So that's the Achilles heel for the Bills. But I think they have enough Josh Allen, James Cook to get past the Jags. I love the Jags' future, but not yet. I'm breaking Pete Prisco's bracket on this one. And breaking a long-time drought for the Bills. It would be their first road playoff win since 1992. Over to the NFC now on a later Sunday game, the middle game on Sunday. 49ers and Eagles. Philadelphia, the defending champs. 49ers all banged up, but I'm bang, Niner gang. I feel as if Nick Sirianni's question or decision to not play his starters when he had something to gain, I disagree with. I know there's always the rest versus rust, but the Philly offense has been resting all year long. They have not found rhythm. I know they have star players. I know we always assume they're going to turn it on, and all that defense is lights out. But I'm going to go with the experience and the better coaching staff of Kyle Shanahan and Christian McCaffrey finding a way. I was on the Niners defense. I understand the Niners scheme. I will say they feel confident playing against Jalen Hurts. Yes, that's with Fred Warner and Bosa. I know that, but I still think the Niners keep the points down enough for Purdy and them to get it done down the stretch. I got the Niners with an upset here. Another road team. You see my trend, but I think the Niners get it done. This is a tight one. The Niners get it done, though.
Yeah, road. All road teams so far.
Come on, man.
Now we're to your New England Patriots, though, who are at home. You won a couple of Super Bowls there. It's almost been since you were on that team since they won their last playoff game. I think you were just maybe a year or two removed from your career there in New England. The last time they won a playoff game in 2018. How do you see this one going against the Chargers?
The dynasty in New England has closed, but a new one has opened back up. I really like everything they got. Obviously, I played there. I know Mike Vrabel. This is my home team. I'll be in the building, actually. I'll be in attendance for this game. They bring the alumni back. So I will be in the building for this. The Chargers just have issues at offensive tackle. The Patriots have a great team rush. The Chargers receivers are awesome. I like Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen. I have a lot of respect for Keenan Allen, one of the best route runners I ever lined them up against. But the Pats have a great secondary with great corners that can get in their pockets a little bit. So it's just a tough matchup for the Chargers. The Patriots got everything the Chargers don't. I'm going to have the Patriots kind of ending it off here with a big win at home.
With Logan Ryan and some of the former Super Bowl winners in attendance there in New England. Finally, a home team winning. One more game. It's Monday night. It's the Texans and the Steelers. It's the best defense in football up against Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. And the best defense in football. I don't see how Pittsburgh scores enough points. The Houston offense is good as well. Not as great as that defense, but that defense is so good. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers gave us a classic to get in the playoffs, but I think that's where it ends this year. I don't think Pittsburgh has enough offense to challenge Houston. Honestly, the rushers are amazing on the Texans, and Aaron Rodgers not the fleetest of foot at this age. I love his genius. He's a magician. He's one of the best I've ever played against. But the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have enough offense to put points on the Houston Texans.
So 5 of the 6 road teams winning in the wild card round, according to Logan Ryan, as we head into the divisional round. Does that trend continue? Because the first game that we are going to pick here, or have you pick, is the Buffalo Bills going to the 1 seed. And if the Texans aren't the best defense in the NFL, the Broncos are.
They certainly are. They absolutely are. And Bo Nix, and all of it sounds great. But that bye week, I do not like that bye week for just anybody. I think the Broncos come out rusty. The Bills will beat a great Jags team. The Broncos are similar to the Jags. Remember, the Jags beat the Broncos. So if the Bills can beat the Jags, they can beat the Broncos. I think Josh Allen starts his tour here as an experienced quarterback in a wide open race to wreck some teams' dreams. I got the Bills get it done.
And then you have the New England Patriots. They, of course, not anymore have a bye. It used to be the top 2 teams would get a bye. The last 5 years, it's just the number 1 seed. So the Patriots and Texans, and that would be a Texans team coming off 10 consecutive wins, but you're going with the Pats. Why?
The Pats got to go. I mean, the Texans got to go outside in that cold weather. You know, they got to go in that cold weather. Vrabel knows how to coach week in and week out, not get this team too high, not get this team too low. This Pats team will be flying after a big home win over the Chargers. They're going to keep that rolling and score enough. Drake May is great against zone defense. The Texans play a lot of it. He's my MVP candidate. So the MVP, Drake May, gets it done and, you know, gets to see Josh Allen in a divisional rivalry rematch for the AFC Championship.
Over in the NFC, the top-seeded Seahawks would play the 7th-seeded Packers. The 7th seed has never won multiple games in the playoffs in the 5 years since they've been included. How does that game go?
It's not happening now. The Seahawks get it done. They are a legitimate number 1 seed. I know I talked about resting Russ, and I think the Seahawks can come out slow as well. But the Packers don't have their best Packers team. The Michael Parsons effect got to catch up to them at some point. I like the Packers get it done early in the playoffs, but I don't think they have enough to go to Seattle and pull that one off.
And then a matchup between a couple of division foes, the 49ers and Rams. They've won 12 games, but since they're in the same division and they don't win it, they have to go on the road this whole way in Wild Card Weekend. But the Rams would have this game at home, quote-unquote, home game for the Rams. 49ers might have more if this becomes the case. Who wins it?
Oh, the 49ers definitely going to have more in that building. I promise you that. The Niners gang, they travel. But Matthew Stafford, they were resting Devontae Adams for a reason. He'll be back. The Rams are legitimate contenders when he's back in the lineup. This is going to be a master class of play calling with those 2 coaches. but I have the Rams getting it done there. Unfortunately, the Niners just too banged up this year. So I think the Rams have a warm-up game with the Panthers, a great one against the Niners, but Matthew Stafford, that offense will be humming. Obviously, the Niners' injuries, I think, eventually have to catch up to them.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl with a top offense back in '99, lost it to the Patriots in 2001. They had that top-scoring offense once again at over 30 points per game. So in the NFC, it's all NFC West. In the AFC, it's all AFC East. We will start there. Rubber matches on both sides. Who wins the third matchup between the Patriots and the Bills?
That's going to be a classic. That's going to be a classic. Absolutely. Both teams are built to play in the cold. They obviously know each other really well. It's just a wide open year, man. It's a wide open year with a lot of inexperience. Great quarterbacks, young quarterbacks. I got to lean with experience. When you can sniff the Super Bowl, you're a game away. I don't think Josh Allen gets stopped this year. And I'm a Patriots guy, so you know that hurts me. That's how much I believe in the Bills and Josh Allen. I truly think this is the year he leads Buffalo back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it would be their first year winning a road game since 1992, and first time since making it back to the Super Bowl since that era where they went 4 straight. And wow, the Rams upsetting the Seahawks. How do you see that one going down?
Yeah, you guys spoiled me on the other side. Look, I played in this division the last few years, and the Rams and the Niners are the class of the division. Now, obviously, the Seahawks are having a great year, but I just don't think the Rams fear the Seahawks the same way. That's no disrespect to the Seahawks. That's Matt Stafford and Sean McVay getting it done with Puka and Devontae Adams. They're able to score some points on that defense, and I believe that Sam Darnold's had a great year, but the Bucs got to come to an end there. Matt Stafford makes it to another Super Bowl. It puts a great stamp on his Hall of Fame career.
And how many points would we see in the Super Bowl if it's Matthew Stafford's Rams up against Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills? We saw this matchup a year ago. I know they were different teams, but we saw a combined 86 points in a 2-point Rams win.
Well, that would be a great Super Bowl. I'll tell you that. I mean, we get a lot of points. I know I'm a defensive guy, but fans love points. Look, I went with the 2 most experienced quarterbacks in the race, and I truly think that matters. Obviously, you know, I was a guy getting carried by Brady. If I wasn't getting carried by Brady, I was losing to Mahomes, right? That's just how the playoff goes. They're all Game 7s, and every play matters in a Game 7. So that quarterback who has so much on their shoulders, it's got to go win the Game 7. And this will be a classic. Obviously, Josh Allen and the Bills, the Rams back, but the Bills lose another Super Bowl to the Rams. I think the Rams get hot at the right time, and Sean McVay finds a way because the Bills' defense has a lot of woes this year. I think the Rams score enough points in a great classic shootout of a Super Bowl. I have the Rams winning another Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford second.
I'd sign up for that. Over-under would have to be over 55 points there in Santa Clara if those two teams match up. Logan Ryan going with the L.A. Rams to win the Super Bowl, and he had 3 NFC West teams in his final 4 in the NFC. Had the Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers all playing in the divisional round. As you look at the odds, you can get the Rams at plus 430. They are the second favorite to win the Super Bowl behind the team that won that division, the Seattle Seahawks, who are the 1 seed